Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to this week's vlog. My last vlog I spoke to you about gear, specifically about the Canon 1DS Mark III, which I've been using for about 12 months or so now, and I kind of wanted to follow that video up with a video also about the nifty 50, the Canon EF 50mm f1.8 STM lens. I'll show you in just a moment. This here is what I'm talking about, the nifty 50. Does anybody still use it in 2021? I certainly do. It's actually become one of my favourite lenses to use when I'm out shooting landscape photography. So I'm going to set up a shot now and show you a few pictures with this lens, and we'll talk about how good it is. So I've set my camera up just here, and I'm looking at this tree just behind me, which is lying down. Obviously there's the stump of the tree here, and then further back there's the tree that leads further back from the image, and I'm shooting this with the nifty 50mm lens. I'm shooting at f1.8, the widest possible aperture. Now of course when I use a wide aperture like that, obviously I'm going to get a very narrow depth of field, but as you will see with this tree here, I want this part of the tree here in focus at the front, but I also want this part of the tree in focus, the middle of the tree that's lying down, and then this little bit of the branch that's sticking out of the far end, and these extra little bits of wood on the floor surrounding it. And because they are all various distances apart, it's causing me an issue with the depth of field, so I'm having to use the focus stacking method here, where I take several images of the same scene and focus on different areas of the scene, and then stack the images together in Photoshop later. So hopefully this one works out. But this is the 50mm f1.8 STM lens from Canon. So I've taken the image now and I'm going to move on. I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to go just yet, but not far away from where I am there is a nature reserve, so I might pop over the road and have a look at that for an hour or so. But also within this park where I am, there's a couple of little areas where I can get some very interesting shots here as well. So I don't know whether I'm going to stay here or go over the road, but let's move on anyway. Now I know some of you might not like dandelions, you might think they're weeds, to be quite honest, but I found a picture of one here that I'd really like to capture. Just behind me there's a dandelion all on its own, standing in the undergrowth, and it looks to me like it's one of those ones where the flower has died and we've still got the seeds left on it, and they're all white and grey and they look beautiful in a nice ball shape. So I want to get down there and take a quick photo of that, but it's such a small thing, such a delicate thing, that I might have to get in nice and close and take a macro of it with the 50mm lens. But obviously to do that I might need to handhold, so I'm going to try that now and I'll show you the image in just a moment. Now a few weeks ago I came to this area here and I photographed this area of grass here right behind me. Looks very different now in the summer sunshine, so if you've seen that video then you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll leave you a link at the end of this video so you can see that previous video. Now obviously those last couple of images were shot in low light conditions, so I've had to open up the aperture to f1.8, as wide as that lens will go, to make sure I can capture the light properly. But here I've got a slightly different situation. Obviously it's slightly brighter here, as you can tell by my head and the sunlight. There is a little bit of cloud above me which is blocking out some of the sun, but it's still a very bright day, as we are at the beginning of June right now. Now behind me there's a clearly worn path just here which runs up towards that tree there, and just before the tree, I don't know if you can spot it on the video here, the path seems to curve around just in front of the tree. and I thought that was quite a nice image, and it looks quite good with a 50mm lens, so I've decided to shoot that, and I hope you like this image. Basically, because of the extra light that I've got, I've closed down my aperture to f/22, which is the narrowest the aperture can go on this 50mm lens, and it means that then of course I have to increase my shutter speed so that I'm shooting a slightly longer exposure than the previous two. That also means that any breeze or anything that's in the air will be obvious, because it will start to blow the leaves and the grasses around. But I hope I've managed to capture this image fairly well. So guys, I hope you can see just how versatile this nifty 50 really is. I've got one more shot I'd like to capture, and it's just further along this path here behind me. But it is about 200 yards along the path, and it's right next to main road, so I'm going to find it a little bit difficult to vlog when I get there. Well, I'll show you the image now anyway. So if you've been watching this video and you've enjoyed the images that I'm capturing with this little bad boy, why not get your own nifty 50? They're very cheap, and they're available for all camera manufacturers, so you'll be able to find something whichever camera you're using. If you've enjoyed these images, then please give me a thumbs up at the bottom of the video. Also, in the bottom right hand corner of this video you should find a playhead, and if you scroll over that playhead it'll turn into a subscribe button. Just do me a favour and subscribe, would you? And if you'd like to leave me a comment, please do. I'll try and get back in touch with you, and in the meantime I'll see you on another video. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.